We'll be starting in just 1 second, folks. Please give me 1 second. All right, let's get started here. Gonna have a great day today. Another day in paradise, as they say. Here, let me just move this over here. Okay, perfect. All right, let's say hello to everybody. Clyde is here. He's ready. He's trading crude oil. Let's see. Everybody got their notes. All right. Need to make sure everybody's copacetic. Let's say hello to everybody. Good morning, Rihanna. Happy Friday Eve, as they say. We got Bill. We got Devin. We got Kevin. We got Stefan. We got Stacy, Keith, Brendan, Cheese Grade Traders, Sebastian, Roger, Krish, Brian. Good morning. Good morning, wonderful people. George, Minnesota Matt, James, Seth, Jill, the Sassy Trainer, Sherman, Arnulfo, Richard, Walter, Brian. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Brian. I really do appreciate the help. Susan, Ivano, Harold, Richard, Lloyd, Ladorsky, Bernie the Bear, Javad, Wade, Robert, Ray, David, Jody, Genevieve, Gregory, Dove, Mind, High IQ Johnny's here, Stan, Steve, Kathleen, John, Charles, Russ. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday Eve. Hopiumatic, good morning. Tom, Vernon, Nathan, Brian, Dragon Don is here. Dr. Luke, Cam, good morning to you. Jeff, Art, Moondog, Ernest, Kurt, Sandra, Illinois Grain Farmers, Susie, Jerry, Brian, Ted, Krish, Frank, Shirley, Carlos, good morning, Rob, Krish, Deanna, Yuri, Peanuts, Jason. We got Mark, we got Dave, we got Murray, we got Paul, Bob, Dave, Don, Eduardo, good morning to you, my friend. Good morning. Mr. Patel, Badersh. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Badresh. I'm not doing it on purpose. Bob, good morning. Good morning. High Grounder, welcome. Henry, Robert, Jersey. Good morning, Jersey. I'm seeing some new folks here. Wesley, good morning. Always good to see you. We got Forrest. Forrest is here. We got Gregory. We got Leo. We got your cousin Mel. Wow, that's beautiful. Very, very nice. I'm jealous, High IQ Johnny. Carla, good morning to you. We got Bob, we got Jason, we got Frex, we got Frank, we got Dave, Sergey, John, Kirk, Texas Kirk, sorry. We got Bob, Sandy, good morning to you. Always good to see Sandy. We got Mitch. I need to start watching it. I haven't seen that show Paradise. I heard it's pretty good. Thanks for the heads up, Mitch. Jesse, Eduardo. Yes, folks, thank you, Eduardo. Folks, remember the market is closed. And yes, I finally got a haircut. You see, I don't look all fuzzy. CJ, Richard, Jesse, good morning to you. CJ, yes, it was very nice to see the successful space launch yesterday. It was very cool. I was watching it with my dad, actually. JL, Archie, Ivan, Chris, My Trades, Doug, Ozzy. Good morning, Ozzy. Karen the Shark is in the house. Murasalin is here. Vince, Steve, Daryl. We got Gino. We got Bob. Welcome, Bob, and thank you for being here. Bob is a great actuary. Ralph, Mookie, Alan, Sandy. Good morning, Sandy. 4 to 6 inches of snow. I don't think your Scottish folds are going to like that, Sandy. Greg, Mark, Don, Roy. Yeah, we do have some new names coming in here. We got Roy, we got Belfast John, we got Ron, Harry, Jeffrey. Good morning, Mr. Trump's assistant. Oy vey. Anne, Artemis, yeah. Richie, good morning, Richie. Jeff, Mike. Yeah, that's a good place to start, right, Mitch? Season 1. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate it. Thank you. His hand passed over my house last night, and I was spared a good Passover. All right. Moondog, you're funny. Welcome, Moondog. Yes, market close tomorrow, Doug. Herb, welcome. Adrian, welcome. Dave, welcome. Jeff, good morning. Good morning, Jeff. James, Hefe, Don, Diamond, Jen. We got Charlie. We got Charlie. We got Lisa. We got Bruce. We got Vernon. And we got a lot of people. Folks, we've doubled the size of this channel. We have twice as many subscribers as we had a month ago. You're going to see a lot of new faces. It takes about 3 months for people to fully acclimate towards me. Yeah, it does. I'm not easy to like. It takes about 3 months, but once they do, they usually stay here forever. Good morning, William. Good to see you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Victor, Goose is here. Afa Diaz, Bobby. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. And I'm going to start off by saying, good morning, Fred. I'm going to start off by saying, I hate to say I told you so, but whew. Do you remember this graph that I drew for you yesterday right here? Does anybody remember that graph? Remember yesterday in the morning? Do you remember that? Just want to see if anybody. It was just 24 hours ago yesterday when I was talking about that. All right, folks, before we get into anything major, please, please, please make sure you're watching. Go to your Gearbox right here and make sure you're watching a 1080p. All right, make sure you're watching a 1080p. Okay, 1080p. If you're not watching a 1080p, it's going to get really, really spotty. I was all over yesterday begging you, please don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. We don't know if this is going to be a reversal. Bobby says I was addicted right away. Well, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. We rejected it very, very hard, Jeff. Very hard. Do you remember yesterday? All I have to do is ask you if anybody comes here and says I didn't talk about this for at least 20 minutes yesterday and how independent of what the market's doing, we needed a bounce and all that stuff. I spent so much time talking about it yesterday. Okay, 1080p. All right, 1080p. And if this is helpful to you, if I'm helping you guys save some money, or I don't know, helping keep you guys out of trouble, or keep giving you good advice, give us a thumbs up, because I'm pretty sure Kramer did not discuss what I discussed yesterday. And I'll go over it again today just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Real quickly, before we begin, here is the link to my VIP room where I will be at noon. Let me tell you what I'll be talking about in the VIP room. Got a special treat for you guys today. We're going to talk about how I convert a pit trade into an options trade. Whether you're in the pit or not, you want to be here. Trust me, because it's the same way I do it for all my programs. How I structure directional pit trades, longer term trend. How I use relative strength and weakness in the pit. How to choose the best stocks when the entire sector has relative strength or weakness. Basically, how do you know what's strong when everything is strong? How does volume play into the pit trades? And how to work the spreads, how to work the debit spreads. So I'm going to have a very, very cool session today. You're going to really miss out if you don't. Oh, no, it wasn't useless, Vince. It was very harmful. There's a difference between useless and harmful. Useless would mean the market's not going anywhere, down 500 points. It was a very harmful speech last night. Let's be honest with each other, okay? Let's at least be honest with each other, okay? Harmful. Okay. All right. Here's the Telegram channel where I'm about to start posting some goodies for you. And now that we don't have any issues with clarity, we can move on. And here's Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. I don't know what they're going to be speaking about today, so maybe they can fill you in. But if you came to my class yesterday, either in the morning or in the afternoon, I would have saved you a lot of money, because you see this right here? I was drawing this yesterday, and I was telling you how we're not going to know anything till we get at least to the 200-day moving average. And I said it at least 50 times. Okay, so don't come crying to me. Don't come crying to me and saying, "What? You never said anything. You said the market's good." No. Mm-mm. I did not change this drawing from yesterday. I did not adjust this from yesterday. Okay. I did not adjust this from yesterday. Couldn't even get to the 200. All right. Couldn't even get to the 200. Okay. Fed data. We have the employment report in about 17 minutes. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction. My predictions is that it's in the low 200,000s. That's my predictions. Okay. My prediction is low 200,000s. Let's see how right or wrong I am. By the way, I'm going to turn on TC 2000. I haven't even done that yet this morning. I was a little late. I don't know why I was late. Maybe because I was chit-chatting with Richie and Penny and all the gang. But ooh, Dell is looking really nice. Look at that. Oh, that must be yesterday's data. Hold on, let me. Yeah, that's that's why. That's the why it's looking so good. Let's see. All right, here we go. Actually, I don't need to. Yeah, let's adjust that. All right, let's just pull the SPY up. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at that. Gap down, gap, and go to the wrong way without touching the 200-day to the upside. Yeah, ippy purple chippy rally, just as I predicted it. So I'm going to predict the number's going to be in the low 200,000s. Anybody want to go against me on that one? It's only been there for the last, I don't know, 10 years. Crude oil. What is crude oil doing? Well, we all know what crude oil is not doing. It's not going down. Do you remember yesterday I told you that crude oil was only at the 8-day EMA, and I'm not seeing any evidence yesterday of an extended downside move? Do you remember that? I said yesterday we're here. Let me move this. So we're at the 8-day EMA. I'm not even talking about today. I said yesterday we're at the 8-day EMA, and usually we bounce up. This is an uptrend. There's no this thing right here. I said we're just getting into the 8-day. We're not anywhere near this line. Side sets here. Might be one of those don't open the portfolio type. You should never open up your portfolio, Stefan. You should just trade the trend. I don't really look at my P&L at all, ever. Maybe I should sometime. Anyways, this is very bad. This is very, very bad. And what's really bad about this, and I mentioned this last week. See, when you see, folks, this is important. Please pay attention. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for doing God's work. Do you see, when you see price action like this is panicky nonsense. But this is a steady building trend. This is a steady building trend. This is craziness right here, but this is a real trend. So if you can overcome this level slowly, it's very bad. I told you the White House is doing analysis of what happens if crude oil goes to $200 a barrel. Ooh, we will start introducing a new option education portal that is free to everybody. Wow. That's fantastic, Cam. Let me give you another. That deserves another here. And here's a link, Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Don't miss out. Okay. That's pretty cool. Let me know how it goes, okay? Let me know how it goes. Okay. I'm curious how that goes. We don't need that. What is US dollar doing? US dollar's coming back up here. We tried. Remember what I told you yesterday? I actually said something pretty intelligent yesterday. I said, remember, see these three lines? We were breaking this down yesterday like this in the morning. And I said, you see these three lines? Each of these three lines thought we were going to break down, but we didn't break down. And I said, very similar may happen right here. I even took this and brought it down a little bit. And I said, all we would have to do is just move this down if that happens. By the way, that was exactly the words that I used. Okay. That's the words that I used when I described this scenario right here. And you could see we're still on this side of the fence. This is not good. This is not good. Yes, exactly. Do what Bob just said, newbies. Give us a sound, a wave, or something, so we know you guys are new, so we can welcome you. We're not gonna be mean to you, I promise. Quizzes track your progress. Wow, I like that. Very nice. Bond market. What's the bond market? Yes, you could see exactly what the bond market's doing. The bond market gap down. By the way, do you remember yesterday in the bond market? So let's review. Crude oil yesterday, I told you we were just at the 8-day EMA, and there was a good chance we're going to go higher. US dollar, I told you yesterday that the only thing that's moving down is the wick, and the odds are it will just come right back up. I'm begging anybody to tell me. There's only 528 people here. I'm begging anybody to tell me I didn't say that to you yesterday. Bond market. Well, remember I said I'm fearful that we're just going to wick out like we did here and here. I showed you examples of this. I said, look at this, look at this, look at this. I sure hope this isn't another wick out. Did we have a wick out? We had a wick out. Where are we now? At the bottom of the range. There's so far, I'm not saying anything new, but I did say this 24 hours ago for you. Okay. Da, 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 da. Hey, Lisa, welcome. Ron, welcome. Jeffrey, welcome. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Peter, good morning. So far, there's no news that you haven't heard yesterday. But the good news is I told you all this 24 hours ago. I didn't tell you this morning after the market dropped 500 points. I told you this yesterday. Gold is still actually looking pretty good. Oh, gold is still not looking bad, but this is not a move in the right direction. We're down 4%. We're probably going to consolidate right around here, right around this area right here. Okay. Don't trust the guy who with his hand on the button. Yeah, that's what the market's saying. Well, the market doesn't have clarity. Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin doing? Remember, I drew this for you and I showed you yesterday and I showed you how it's already below this level. And I showed you how we did exactly what we're doing right now here before. And see, it's one thing when you're doing this after the fact, but I was showing you all of this yesterday, 23 and a half hours ago, and telling you how this is below. So US dollar, I told you that no downside. Bond market, I told you the odds are we're wicking out right here. And we did. Gold, I didn't really say anything about gold. Bitcoin, I told you that we're doing this right here. And here's China breaking lower. Okay. All right. Told you all this yesterday. All right. Am I giving you anything new that I didn't tell you yesterday? Just the fact that everything I told you yesterday is coming true. Remember, I told you yesterday the market needs to bounce irrespective of the news, which is what's making me fearful right now and making me not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And I showed you every reason why the market needed to bounce, which I'll get to in a few minutes. Folks, this is a very, very important session because you see, what if you had this information 24 hours ago? And you did. You did. I gave it to you 24 hours ago. Okay, what are the catalysts? Let's get into the market. Got a lot of people here. We have to do a lot of, and we have a report coming out in 10 minutes. All right. Hey, Porky's, good to see you, man. By the way, I tried this new bubbly, this strawberry sunset. It's pretty good. All right, catalysts. We got Minnesota Matt coming in hot. We'll get into that, Eduardo. We'll get into that. Don't rush to the beginning of the line. Well, Eduardo, the market's down 500 points today. I think that kind of tells you everything. All right, we got Belfast John, Walter, and Charlie, and Minnesota Matt all coming in hot. Look at that. Look at that. My people know what they're doing. Let's see. Crude oil, yes, definitely. Short week, yeah, I guess. Oil, Europe, Japan, definitely. Fed data, material, industrial, yep. What about mags? Aren't mags down like 2%? Good morning, bull trader. Hey, Anna, good morning. Yes, there's a link to the Cam and Gustavo show right here. Right here. There you go. There you go. Welcome. And here's my Telegram channel where I'm about to start posting some hot and heavy stuff. And if you look at yesterday's stuff that I posted, you will see exactly that everything I talked about today. I gave you a big heads up yesterday. And yes, you guys got the right catalyst, but I think you guys are missing. Yes, Walter has chips and mags. Minnesota Matt has chips and mags too. Okay, you guys got it. You guys have everything. You guys got it. And notice something. Notice Minnesota Matt, Belfast John, Walter, and Charles. Look at how well and how tight they are. Do I got these guys trained well or what? Great job, guys. Great job. Charles, Walter, Belfast John, Minnesota Matt. Great job. Amazing. Man, you guys are doing a really good job. Included as a catalyst. Oil is including him in the catalyst. Arnolfo, oil is him pretty much right now. Yeah, that's the catalyst. He is oil. Use him instead of crude. Use crude oil instead of him. Okay, let's talk about the market. I have a lot of technical stuff to get into today, so I want to get into that pretty quickly because I'm sure a lot of folks want to do that. Thank you, Minnesota Matt. And say hi to Lucy for me. I want to hear what Lucy has to say today. Lucy is Matt's assistant. Just like I have Clyde, he has Lucy. She has big ears. She hears everything. Okay, we're down over 1%. This is how much the market believes what was said yesterday. We're down over 1.27%. NASDAQ is down over 1.6. This morning, as doubts over a quick resolution to the Middle East dampened sentiment and fueled a spike in oil prices. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Mr. Trump yesterday, our President Trump yesterday said that U.S. is going to hit Iran extremely hard. We've been hitting them extremely hard. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Age. I mean, why talk that way? You know, these are people. The majority of the people there are not the government. Most of the people there are people just like us. You don't have to do this, man. You're already killing. I mean, it's, anyways, it's not polite. Provided very little clarity on when the war would end and said U.S. military objective would be achieved very shortly. He also said allies that rely on Middle East oil shipped through the Strait of Hermes should go to the strait and just take it, protect it, and use it for itself. You see how well this went over, right? Just take it, just use it. Yeah, just go. Yeah, of course. Yeah, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. Yes, the Bassets are great. Yes. Uh, Duzzy, I don't have it, but maybe Cam can. Customer Service Live. It's right here. Go to Customer Service Live. That's the link you need right here. Here's the link. I'm posting it again. All right, there it is. Okay, so this is not a good plan. Hey, we're going to go there, piss off Iran, and then we're just going to leave in a couple of weeks. No, 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 that's not going to work. Crude oil jumped 8% based on these funny comments. And after President Trump addressed crushed hopes for a near-term opening of the straits, the move showed that the bond market did not like it. Nothing liked it. The odds of the Fed, the oil prices rekindled inflation concerns, and now the odds of a Fed rate cut are 10% are down about 10% from more than 20%. This is very, very bad. This is very, very bad. Okay, this is very bad. Wall Street. I mean, like, okay, fine. The government there is a bunch of assholes, but like the people there, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. I mean, they're just like us. They want peace. Wall Street main benchmark ended in the green. We had a really good rally yesterday. You know, one good thing about yesterday, folks, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to get into this. There are some really good things that happened yesterday. You know what they were? We saw the stocks that really, really wanted to go down, and we saw the stocks that are the first ones to go up. So we got a really good information yesterday from the market, and I'm going to use that information on my watch list today. So not everything went to shit, okay? All right, not everything went to crap. Okay, not everything went to crap. Mining stocks climbed, gold, silver price advanced. But this is giving you, yesterday gave us a really good idea of the type of stocks and the type of sectors that will move once the war is over. Okay. And once the sentiment, or the type of stocks we need to watch, which I have a very good list of today. Okay. So we have a very, very, we actually have, you know, we didn't make money based on this move, but I did save you some money if you listen to what I said yesterday. But more importantly, we got a good idea of what the market likes when it is ready to rally. Okay. Boeing advanced over 4%. Nike tumbled 15%. They're not doing good. ADP report came in stronger than expected. We got the news coming out in 3 minutes. Retail sales climbed yesterday. Not bad. Manufacturing index rose, which is really weird, but it is what it is. Fed said yesterday that the risks to both inflation and employment are rising. Up to last week, there was no employment in their analysis. Now it's employment too. Officials should be ready to adjust interest rates in either direction, depending on how the economy evolves. I'll support adjustment in the stance of policy if the evidence indicate economy requires them. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really, hairy here. If we are energy independent, why is our gas prices so high? We're not energy independent, Don. I don't know who told you that. And the world is one right now. America is not independent from the world. There's nothing independent about the financial markets, my friend. I don't know who told you that, but whoever told you that lied to you. The world is one right now, and the market is one. It's been that way for about 20 years now, Don. That's why it's harder to make money intraday because the markets are being driven by global economy, my friend. That's something I've explained many, many times. We now have a 97% chance of no rate change. Initial jobless claims, they're expecting 212 to low 200,000s. I know. I'm making huge predictions here. We have Fed speakers today. We have Fed speakers today during the day. We have a 10:15. Logan is speaking. Watch out, you S&P traders. Be careful. Be careful. 10:15. And we have a bond. No, we don't have long bond auctions, just announcements. Not a big deal. Hey, Terrence. Good morning, Ann. Good morning. Yeah, I don't know who thinks we're energy independent. I mean, really, look at oil prices. You think we're energy independent? I mean, you really believe this stuff? All right. Investors are waiting for U.S. March non-farm payroll report, which will provide a snapshot of the health of the market. The market's going to be closed, so we're not really going to be feeling any of that. Uh, exactly, Mitch. Exactly. They may be referring to Trump saying we don't need their oil. We have plenty. Correct me if I'm wrong, Don. Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, we need the oil. Trust me, we need the oil. Don't quote Trump, please. Don't quote Trump, Don. Please, please, please. Don't, don't. We don't need oil. If we didn't need oil, then why are prices at the pumps going higher? Why are we paying twice as much as what we paid 2 weeks ago if we're independent? We still depend on global economy. That's what I just said, Mitch. 100%. We don't have all the oil that we need. Okay. Renewables are not performing well, Diamond Gen, just like I told you guys 5 years ago, how we're very, very far away from having renewable energy. The world is being driven by crude oil. Remember the first episode of Landman? Remember how much I loved that episode because it set it straight. It said that if you guys are, something to the effect, if you guys are relying on solar energy, you're not going to get very far. Remember, I told you guys years ago how solar energy is only there for non-commercial use and how we haven't even begun developing it yet for commercial use, and all this stuff that Tesla's doing is all a bunch of nonsense. Do you guys remember any of this? Do you guys remember any of this? All of it. All of it. All of it. Okay. Europe is down 1.82. Very bad. Very, very bad. Europe could not hold. Tech stocks, mining stocks, and bank stocks. Folks, what three sectors do not like this the most? Tech stocks, mining stocks, and bank stocks. You should write you should write this down. You should write this down. Okay? Technology, mining, and bank stocks. Those are the stocks that markets do not like right now. Tech, mining, and bank stocks. All right. All right. China closed lower today. Folks, I don't know who thinks we're getting political. We're talking about crude oil. You do realize we're talking about crude oil. Okay. That's not political last time I checked. All right. China closed lower today, tracking the regional decline as U.S. President Trump dashes investors' hopes of a swift de-escalation of the Middle East. President Trump offered, I'm literally reading the cover of bar charts and talking about crude oil. Anybody who pulls the political card right now is not following what I'm saying, okay? President Trump offered no clear timeline for ending the Middle East conflict. Televised speech instead of caution that more strikes on Iran will follow in the weeks ahead. I'm literally reading the cover of bar chart. I don't think this is political. I think this is financial. I'm sorry if financial is if crude oil is what's controlling this market right now, but this is financial. This is not political. Um, so I've noticed a pattern that sometimes when I start talking about things and people don't like what I have to say, they pull the political card. But this is not political. I'm talking about crude oil and how crude oil gets its price. Okay. Yeah, that's what I just said, Scampy. Go watch the first episode of Landman. That's right, Dickie. You're right. That's right. We have supply. The price of market is in dollars. Exactly, Moondog. Exactly. Exactly. Japan index reversed earlier gains close. I mean, folks, we're talking about energy prices right now. Okay. Closed sharply lower today as oil prices jumped after President Trump signaled further U.S. military strikes on Iran. Trump said Washington core objective in the Iran to close to being achieved, but warned that U.S. will strike Iran extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks, dampen hopes of an imminent end to a 5-week-old war. Um, Catalysts right here: mining stocks, chip stocks, Mag 7 stocks, airline stocks, and travel stocks, obviously. Okay. Um, Only nuclear oil can supply concentrate. SJL. I've been telling people that for a decade now. Okay. All right. Let's now talk about stock indexes. Momentum levels have not gotten better. We still have 44% of stocks trading over the 200-day moving average. Um, S&P 500 still 48%, not 50, and that's before today. That's before today. These levels are not looking beautiful just yet. Okay. Okay. Now, did the report come out, by the way? Let's see what the number is. Oh my goodness. Wow. I can't believe this. I just can't believe this. What? It's 207,000. I mean, this is a shocker. Who would have expected this? Right? Hey, Gene, who would have expected this? I mean, who would have expected 207,000? My goodness gracious. This is totally unexpected. Oh boy. Remember what I told you? After a while, this will become like a movie, like a soap opera. Yeah, I mean, like, who would have guessed that we're in the low 200,000s, folks? It's been this number for the last, like, as far back as my memory goes. Okay, all right, all right. So momentum levels are not getting any better, especially after this market opens. Now, here's something that we need to discuss. Here's something we need to discuss. I know, Arnolfo. It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, who would have suspected that to happen, right? Right. Uh, so I told you yesterday, coming into Monday, we had, hold on a second, we had over 585 stocks breaking down last Friday. See right here? And I told you that this number is getting ahead of itself. It's getting a little too bearish. And I said this market needs to bounce, irrespective of what's going on in the Middle East. I have to give you a little context. So after this, we saw 414. I said we're moving in the right direction. And then coming into today, that number is 22. Obviously, that number is not going to be 22 after this market opens. But my point is, irrespective of what our president was saying or whatnot, we needed a bounce. We needed a we needed a major bounce. And this is why for the last 2 days, I was telling you that, hey, this market needs to go up irrespective of what's going to happen in the future. The question is the upside going to defend itself, and is it going to get above the 200-day moving average? It did not. It couldn't even get there. So I told you guys that we needed a bounce irrespective of what the market was doing and not to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Okay? Basically, what I said was that till price gets here, we have to be very, very careful because this could just be this. And I drew that for you, and I'll show you again. But we couldn't even get to the 200-day moving average. We couldn't even get to the 200-day moving average. So what I was saying was that irrespective of what our president is saying and what's going on in the world, technically we're getting overextended. So we really need a bounce. And I told you the last couple of days, as our president was saying, things are getting better, things are getting better. I said, we don't know if things are getting better because the market was overdue for a bounce. And this is what I'm talking about. And this came in Friday. Just as previously, look at the Friday before that, March 20th, we were at 740. And then look what happened the next day, 118. See how we jumped from 740 to 118, but then we came right back down. See, right back down. So when we got below 500, I said the same thing to you. And everybody who's here right now is going, yes, you did. So I said the market needs to bounce irrespective. Okay, put the call ratio. We're back here. Remember what I told you? This market is overextended to the downside. It needs to bounce. Look at where we're at. We are remaining in this area. We're now getting really overextended to the downside, folks. We are still getting really overextended to the downside. I'm going to post this for you right now in the Telegram channel. Here. You get this in the Telegram channel. Here. Put to call ratio is telling us that the rubber band to the downside is getting a bit stretched out. And that doesn't even include today's trading action, which hasn't happened yet. Okay? So you should see that right now. And it's the same quality as my this is a file. So I'm sending this is like a file transfer. So I'm not just posting a picture, I'm transferring a file. So you should be able to open it in the exact same resolution as I am posting it to you. Okay? So this right here is telling us market is overextended to the downside. So bounce shouldn't have been overextended. Volatility, what is volatility doing? Well, volatility hasn't expanded yet, but this is a good sign. See, we came in yesterday here. What did I tell you? I said we need to get to 20. Till we get to 20, we were right here yesterday morning. And I said we got to get to here. So what I want to see is I want volatility in the next couple of days to trade below 31. I'm going to post this for you. We're getting a lot of information, folks. We're getting a lot of information. We want volatility not to come up here. Okay. We do not want VIX to get above 31 level. We want it to top out below that level. That would tell us that the market is assimilating this war within its price. Okay, I'm posting this all for you guys. We'll get into all of that, Kevin. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Okay. Actually, funny enough, I think Cam drew a really nice picture of it this morning. I'll show you some ideas. All right. So let's see what volatility does. If volatility peaks here, and I don't think it will, but if it peaks here today, remember the market hasn't opened yet. That's going to be a really, really strong sign that this is coming to an end. If we start coming up here, very, very bad. I'll be updating you throughout the day. SPY. Okay, so I wrote to you yesterday. I drew this for you yesterday. Okay, if you don't believe me, here is the graph that I drew for you yesterday. I'm going to show it to you yesterday. Wow, I sure post a lot of stuff in the channel all day. Okay, right here. So look right here. Bonds are not rallying, not great for the stock market. This is yesterday at 8:19 in the morning. USD has to drop to the 99.20 level to really accept that the war is coming to an end. All yesterday. Pictures for you. Gold has to come up here. This is all 24 hours ago. Put the call ratio. Crude oil, levels, all that. Anyway, I drew this for you yesterday here in real time while we were on this show. Hey, Gracielle, good morning. Gracie, sorry. Please give a thought. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, Jeff. Thank you very much. Okay. So you see this right here? I drew this for you yesterday and I said, till we're right here or right here, no soup. And I said the market really needs to move up right now. It needs to bounce because of the momentum levels that I was showing right here. So as far as I'm concerned, this is normal. I want to see how much downside we get today. I want to see how much downside we get today. I want to see if we get back into this area or if we're going to defend here. SMH is right at the 100-day moving average. I want to see if we defend this area and start coming up or start coming down. By the way, so far, stock market is not buying anything. It's just kind of sitting there. Let me look at the bond market real quick. Yeah, bonds are going a little bit higher. Bonds are going higher. Okay, 50-day, we need to get right here. QQQ, same thing. Look. One leg, down leg, right there. See that? Got to be really, really, really careful. Folks, if you're just coming in here right now, please make sure to go to the gearbox right here. It doesn't show up unless you put your mouse to the right bottom. Here, the gearbox, and make sure we're watching on 1080p, okay? And if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up one time right here. I just gave myself one time. If you do it twice, it'll negate it. All right. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Bob. Okay. So do not like this. What's the next thing that has to happen? I want this, the pre-market low to hold today. Will it happen? I don't know. Let me give you that level, by the way. I'm going to give you that level. I want the 644.47 area to hold. This level right here. Let's see. 44. Right here. I want this area right here, 644 to hold. 644.26, folks. 620, and I'll draw that on the charts, but 644.26. We want that to hold. Okay. Mega caps. Remember yesterday I told you that mega caps can't even get, even with the gap yesterday, I said mega caps are really, really far away. This is a really developed downtrend. Not even close to coming up here. We really need a sentiment. 44. Yeah, but my level is at 644.22, 21.22, around there. Okay. All right. So our sector's starting to come back to some degree of stasis. Let's see here. Semiconductors, technology, home builders, Russell 2000, consumer discretionary, QQQ, even after yesterday's rally. Remember, folks, this is from last night's close. This does not work till the market's open, and it's about 15 minutes too late. Okay. Speaking of which, oh, here's the link for the option education portal, guys. I just got it from Gustavo. Here's the option education portal right there. I just posted it, Gustavo. Thank you for that. Okay. One second. I just got to tell someone something here. Da, 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 da. Ron says, can you please explain the significance difference between the 8-day and the 21 moving average? Yes, but not here, Ron. In the VIP room, I can't. I don't use the 21. I use the 8 and the 15. And I don't use MAs. I use EMAs for those. I use MAs for the big numbers. I use EMAs for the little numbers. Oil just jumped 13%. Not good. But the stock market is not reacting, which is good. So we don't have speculative sectors on top, which even with yesterday's rally, the speculative sectors are all down here. Look at this. Bitcoin, semiconductors, technology, home builders, Russell 2000, consumer discretionary, QQQ, and industrial. Every one of them is right here. The only one that's not is communication, and even communications on this side of the fence. Okay. Okay. All right. Um, all right. Let me give you levels, overnight levels, and then I'll give you my conclusion and my analysis. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start fresh. We got like two different levels, so we have to kind of deal with that separately. Very tight range here. I'm going to post these for you guys in just a few minutes. This level is very important right here. 648.71. Very, very important level. 648.71. I'm going to write that down for you in a minute. Right here. Here's that level I was talking about. I guess it's 644.13-ish, right around there. Not 20, but 644.13-ish. I think somebody might have posted that even here a minute ago. Okay, let's finish this up. A lot of interesting levels today. Good levels, too. Easy to work with this today. Okay, you have a huge gap here. Okay, a huge, huge gap here between 648.71 and 654. If price can get into this gap, we can really move. Okay, so let me go ahead and then it's six. I'm going to post this. You guys will see them in a second. Same quality as mine. So if I could see it, you could see it. Okay. SPY levels. The one you really want to watch out for today, I'm just writing this for you, is 648.71 and 644.13. The gap level and the bottom level. Okay, I posted this for you guys as a document. As a document. Yeah, William, below it's 644.13. Please make sure you guys are watching at 1080p. Okay. Okay, let's do QQQ now. I'm going to just start all over here, okay? All right, let's go up here. Let's do down there. Let's do that up here. Let's do that right there. Those are nice levels right there. Okay, those are really good levels. You got to keep an eye on 576.98. Very important here. Right here, this level is what you want to keep an eye on. I just circled it for you. QQQ levels. Keep your eye on the 576.98 area. That's the breakout point from overnight. Okay. Remember, we really don't know where the market's going to open. We don't know anything. We're just, between now and the time markets opens, we can rally. I mean, I'm not saying we will, but we could, hypothetically. SMH. Ooh, my levels on SMH are actually pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and erase them and start from scratch. By the way, I don't know if you guys have seen, but we've been doing really well on the small cap program, the high flyers. And again, the feedback is that it's a lot of fun. People really, really like it. I'm so glad that folks are starting to trade small caps because you don't have any correlation with the large caps. The feedback I'm getting is that it's a lot of fun. That's consistently what I'm getting. The word fun comes up all the time. So you guys should check it out. It's pretty cool. 383.53. The key area today is 383.53. That's the breakout level to the upside, obviously. Okay. Hey, Aaron, Mark. Not a lot, William. Not a lot is below that level. But we do have some support below that level. Here, you could see SPY. You could see below that level. We have some stuff. We've got some stuff. We got some stuff right here at 637. There's some support here because now we're coming back down. So you've got some levels here. I just don't need to hit them yet. I mean, here, I'll give you one on the SPY right here. Right there. 642.42. Okay. Here, I'll write it for you. The level, if SPY breaks down, is 642.42. And below that, it's right here. Right there. Below that, it's 638. 638.45. Hopefully that helps you with that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Sandy. I know you like that one. Scalping. Yeah. Yeah, you will, Kevin. You will. Patience. Patience. That's what I'm communicating with somebody over right now. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, let's continue. IWM levels. I do have to get out of here because of the small caps, actually. Ooh, small caps are holding my levels really well. I'm not going to change anything from yesterday. I'm not going to change anything from yesterday. They held really well. No need to change anything. Small cap levels, no change from yesterday. Okay. They actually held pretty well, these levels. Look at how well they fell back into my levels, and look at how well they held them. No change. No change. Bond market. Ooh, look at this. Wow. Does this thing hold my levels well or what? Look at that. That's good. Here, I got to just do a little adjustment. A little one here. Little one right there. I'm going to leave these levels alone. The only thing here is right there. There we go. That's it. Okay. And remember, I haven't given you my top stocks yet. Okay. IWM levels. Russell 2000. Folks, are you getting some benefit out of this program? I mean, excuse me, out of this room. Are you getting some benefit? One second, one second. One second, one second, one second. One second, I just got to give. Okay. All right, good. Now let's talk about top stocks. Now, you should be watching now here's what I need you to understand. This is really, really important because I want you to keep an eye not just on the stocks, but the type of stocks and the sectors that they're in. Because these are the stocks that are still moving. Like, for example, the market went up a lot yesterday, right? But I still have a lot of stocks that did not go up, okay? That did not go up. So these are the ones we really need to focus on. And the market gave us a really good sense of information yesterday that these stocks are still going to be going down even if the market goes up. You know what? I'm going to post this for you yesterday because I actually, you know what? I'm not even going to post it. You guys will see it. But this is what I was expecting, and this is what's happening. It would be great if I was wrong and if this stopped here and started going up. I really want to be wrong. I don't want to be right. I want you to know something, folks. I want you to know something, folks. I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong most of the time. Okay? BSX. I make a lot more money when I'm wrong than when I'm right. Okay, BSX. Notice yesterday the market went up. What did the stock do? Strong downtrend, market rally, the stock still went down. That's the kind of stock you want to short. That's relative weakness. UL, what did the stock do yesterday? Okay, UL, MKC. MKC. I'm giving you stocks that have been going down and even went down yesterday as the market went up because of the news. You understand? That's value right there. Folks, there's nothing better than relative strength or relative weakness. Think about this. We were getting a recovery yesterday. A lot of folks thought we were going up. The market went up over what, like 1,000 points last couple of days. And what did these stocks do? They kept going down. That's the kind of stocks you want to short. You understand? We wouldn't have that information if the market didn't rally the last couple of days. You understand? Very important information. You got to understand the market is constantly giving you information, constantly giving you feedback. Okay. Raj, Raj, they were overextended right here. They were overextended right here. They were overextended here. Raj, my friend, the way to tell if a stock is overextended is to see how far it's from its 8-day moving average. Let's go look at our list from scratch. BSX. Here's the 8-day moving average. Are we overextended? No. Here is UL. Are we overextended? Yes, we are. A little bit. We are. I'll give you that one. Here is MKC. Let's see how overextended we are. We're not that overextended. FIS. Let's see if we're overextended, Raj. Nope. Not even close to being overextended. So, Raj, I don't know where you're getting this from, my friend. You just don't like to sell cheap stocks, I think. TSCO. Let's see if we're overextended. We're literally at the 8-day EMA. How could we be overextended, Raj? Okay. So I don't understand what you're saying. CSGP. We're literally at the 8-day EMA. How can we be overextended? Some people said this is the low, this is the low, this is the low, but it just keeps going down, Raj. You keep thinking that way, it's not going to end well for you, my friend, in terms of trading, because you're going to end up buying stocks that are not ready yet, not overextended, not overextended at all. FND, PGR. I have when I'm doing these, I have a specific program that tells me if they're overextended or not. Not overextended. BXP. Look at this. It's literally sitting at how can this be overextended? It's sitting right at the 8-day EMA. Yeah, there's no Raj, be careful maybe you mean something else, Oh, thank you. Let me, yeah, you're right about that. Okay. Bond market levels. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Who was it that said that? Jill. Thank you, Jill. Jill's always watching out for me. All right. Let's say if we were 15, it's overextended. Just look at how far. No, you're supposed to. I give you very specific rules to see if it's overextended. Very specific rules. This is not overextended. Wings. I think one stock was overextended on our list, and that was UL. None of these stocks. To be overextended, you have to be 150% of the 10-day ATR away from the 8-day EMA. That's overextended. If you're not 150% away from the 8-day EMA based on the 10-day ATR, you're not overextended. Okay. Pod. Wrong ticker. PODD. not overextended, right at the 8-day EMA. So my question is, how can these stocks be overextended if they're right at the 8-day EMA? Probably, John, but that's a good thing. We want stocks that have been dropping for the longest possible time. The longer they drop, the better they are, because there's more bag holders. Yes, my best trades are 1 year lows and 1 year highs. So that means it's a stock that's been going up for a full year. That's when I decide to look at it. I know, I must be crazy. I must be doing something wrong, Raj, all these years. Okay, Oxy, long stocks now. Nice A line on Oxy. That's a nice A line. By the way, I should have kept that. Remember that straddle I did yesterday? Remember that example? Remember that straddle I did for you guys yesterday? I said hypothetically, what if our president says something crazy tonight? And hypothetically, if we buy a call and a put on Oxy, and hypothetically, if the market, well, all that happened, and we did take the trade, we made money, but boy, oh boy, we would have made a lot of money if we held it into today. We would have made about 50% more. I've learned a shitload from your morning show. Thank you. You're welcome, Aaron. You're welcome. All right. All right. Do you guys remember that yesterday, that my hypothetical that I did? Hypothetically, imagine that our president is going to talk tonight. And hypothetically, imagine this and imagine that. Hypothetically, see you later. See you later. Who was it? Laurel, see you later, man. And USO, yeah, yeah. All right, let's do the long side now. Oxy, sitting right at the 8-day. So is this overextended? I mean, yeah. I don't look at a stock unless it's overextended one way or the other. That's called a long-term structure. Equinox, Pfizer still in play. Remember yesterday, gave you Pfizer? This would be more of a day trade now than a swing trade. This is getting a little overextended. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks. All right. Everyone's expecting positive news from our president and the market to rally. And what happened? Didn't happen that way, did it? By the way, I did that strangle because I didn't know which way the market was going to go. Marvell starting to come near the 8-day EMA. FSLY, we made about 50% on this. We may get another bite of the apple on this one next couple of days. FSLY. Actually, let me tell Matt about it right now. FSLY. Darden. Rostor. CENX. SEDG. All right. I got to get to work. Folks, we have to be careful. We don't know how the market's going to open. And I think the administration will see that whatever they're doing is not calming the market down. And I think they're going to try to take another perspective. Okay. I don't think our president likes the fact that that his speech yesterday did not have the intended consequences. And I do think that the government is going to try to spruce the market higher. The problem is right now, bear, and we don't have control over this bear. Very much like our president tried to solve the Ukraine-Russia war. Well, it's during his first day of presidency, it's still going on. It's now going into its 5th year. So we can't control Iran. You understand? We can't control them. We don't know how long we're going to be in this deep doo-doo. And that's really not that important. The war is not the big deal. It's the oil. The oil is very, very important. Okay. I hope you guys have a great session today. I'll be updating you at noon today, as I always do. Here's the link to the show if you just missed it. Okay. If you just missed the show, here's a link. Here is VIP room where I'll be talking about how to structure spreads together. Okay. I will not be here tomorrow morning. I'm not here in the morning when the market's closed, but I will be here at noon doing a class and giving you the VIP room tomorrow and giving you market analysis in the afternoon tomorrow. I just gave you a link to the Telegram channel, and here's Cam and Gustavo. So I will be working tomorrow. I will be working tomorrow, but I won't be here live. And here's the link to that thing. One second. Where's that link? Gustavo just gave me that link. Here you are. This is the option education, this new link that we have. I don't even know anything about this. This is very, very cool. Folks, please be careful. Please don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And please take a look at the sectors that these stocks are in, both up or down. And you'll start noticing a pattern of which type of sectors the stocks are going to rally when the news is good and which stocks are going down irrespective of the news, which is what you want right now. The Cam and Gustavo show link is right here. All right. Thank you, guys. Hopefully, I didn't discourage anybody. If you have any questions, roger@rogerscott.com. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a beautiful day. Please don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Volatility is really high. Half position size max. No, I don't want to see you taking big positions right now. I'm going to be very upset. Clyde is going to report on you if you put on big positions.